I'm sorry to say this, but here are some reasons why your vote today didn't matter. Like the majority of governments around the world, the Australian government is on a path to bankruptcy. The current plan is to add $179 billion dollars of debt in the next 4 years, taking total federal debt to over $1.2 trillion. Dollars. Don't forget to add state government debt on top of that. By 2028, our state governments are projected to be $800 billion dollars in debt, taking total government debt to over $2 trillion. Dollars. A big part of the reason why government debt is exploding, especially at the state level, is due to the massive increase in government created jobs, jobs that have to be funded by taxpayers or funded by debt. Back in 2008, we had about 10% of our workforce working in the universal sick care system. Now we have 15%, and we have more than many other countries. Why? Since the pandemic, the private sector in Australia has either struggled to create jobs or has lost jobs, with all the job creation coming from the public sector or from government, keeping in mind that government jobs need to be paid for with taxes, debt, or inflation. And start asking yourself, why can't the private sector in Australia create jobs anymore? We have demonized some of our biggest industries, especially mining, and we have suffocated private business with this massive nanny state government that is becoming unsustainable. Everyone agrees that we have a housing affordability crisis in this country. Home prices are too expensive, rents are too high. What's the easiest way to make houses more affordable, rents more affordable? Let the price come down. Yet none of our leaders want to do that. In fact, they've commented that they would like to see housing prices continue to go up, or that they expect them to go up, and they're doing everything they can with their policies to prop up the real estate hyper bubble, making it impossible for working class and poorer and younger people to get into the housing market or even find a rental. Of course, the Reserve Bank of Australia will be adding to the problem, and in many ways, they are the primary cause of many of these problems. The market is expecting the RBA to cut interest rates 4 times before Christmas 2025. We've got a cost of living crisis. Everything is too expensive. Why are they cutting interest rates and kickstarting the next massive wave of inflation? Do we want to continue down the same path as many bankrupt European nations or the United States? $37 trillion dollars of debt, spending 20% of tax revenue to pay interest on debt, which is more than they spend on their entire military, and accumulating $1 trillion dollars of debt every 100 days. This is what happens when you want too much free stuff from government. There is nothing more expensive than something the government gives you for free, and inflation is a government tax.